We gon' stay the same way. Never will we ever change. Yeah. You fucking with the three kings. Locks. You fucking with the three kings. You know. You fucking with the three kings. You fucking with the three kings.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy ShaddyDread, Funko Hunter God. Once again, I'm back for another Yugioh Deck Profile video. Today, as you see before me, I have two of the greatest cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh history. Obelisk the Tormentor, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and the owner of the cards before they were placed back in the tomb and the Pharaoh himself had to go away. My man Yami Yugi, aka Atem. I'll be showing you today what I personally think will go into a God card deck. But this deck is totally just for play for fun. It is a 60 card deck consistent of the 3 Egyptian gods and a couple other cards that aren't TCG tournament legal play. That's why it's a 60 card deck. And let's show what's in the extra deck first. First we have the Dark Magicians. Fusion cards of Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. The Dark Magician is one of the components. Dark Magician Girl is another component, or just another spellcaster. Once per turn, if a spell / trap card or effect is activated, except during a damage step, you can draw 1 card, which I love that effect because it helps keep on pulling cards out of your deck and able to make new combos. Then, if it was a spell or trap, you can set it. If it was a trap or quick play spell, you can activate it this turn. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon both one Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So I personally feel it's better off to just get this card out by fusing it with just, Dark Magician and maybe another spell caster so that you could just get Dark Magician Girl out later if you gotta get rid of it. Next is it's a link monster known as Arcana the Extra Joker. I put this card in just because I like how the artwork is, and pretty much it is like, I guess, another variant of the Knights that Yugi has, which I have a fusion card of it also in his deck. 3 warrior monsters with different names once per turn. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card on the field, or a monster with this points to quick effect, target, quick effect, you can discard the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, negate the activation. When the link summon card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 normal monster from your deck, and if you do, add 1 level 4 monster from your deck to your hand. So this is a way to actually get monsters that keep on cycling back and forth to the deck and your field, so that you can probably get these God cards out even faster. Next one is Amulet Dragon. As you've seen in my previous videos, my Red Eyes Black Dragon vid, this was also in there because Atem is in that deck. Atem helps you get Red Eyes Dragoon, Dark Magician, and 1 Dragon type monster. So you technically don't need the Atem, the fusionist, but it's always good to have it. Must be fusion summoned from the above materials or with the Eye of Timaeus. Cannot be special summoned by any other way. If this card special summon target any number of spell cards in the graveyard, minimum 1. Banish those targets, and if you do, this card gains 100 for each cards banished by this effect. If this card destroyed, you can target one spellcaster monster in the graveyard and special summon it. Once again, trying to get the gods out. It's always good to pretty much have backup contingencies if it happens. Next, just how I was saying about Arcana Extra Joker, here's the original card that was created from the Night cards, Arcana Night Joker. There is an anime card, I think it's like Royal Flush. I'm actually going to try to get it and actually place it in this deck or another Yugi deck. Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight, King's Knight is the components. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials once per turn during either player's turn. When a spell / trap card or monster effect is activated that targets a face-up card on the field, you can discard the same type of card. Monster, spell, trap, negate it. Hey, love the artwork always. I actually need to try to go get a sacred rare of this card. Next, again, that's why this deck is specifically for fun. This is a tournament. You cannot use this card at all. It says it right there. This card cannot be used in a duel. Legendary Magician of Dark. This is the XZ form of the Dark Magician. Must be XZ summoned and cannot be special summoned by any other way. If this card attacks your opponent directly and reduces their life points to 0, while it has an XZ material attached to that was originally spellcaster, you win a duel. This is a TKO as soon as you be able to hit that life point exact. That's why I love this card, and you've seen in my other video with the Blue Eyes deck, the Legendary White. This is pretty much a counterpart to the Yugi. Next card, Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. It's always this artwork. Just, oh man, this is sexy. One Buster Blader, one Dragon type. Must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card cannot attack directly. This card gains 1,000 attack and defense for each dragon type monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. Change all dragon type monsters your opponent controls to defense position. Also, dragon type monsters in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects. This card attacks defense position monsters, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. This card has like a negate on the dragons and also a dragon caption jar effect, which is pretty dope. Next card is this is a new card that I pretty much recently just got. Was actually trying to get this card for a long time. Just I don't know, just other cards came out, wasn't really impressed about it. So I have a lot of Yugi cards. It's called Buster Dragon, 1 tuner or plus 1 non-tuner. All monsters your opponent controls become dragon type monsters. Once per turn, if you do not control a Buster Blader monster, you can target 1 Buster Blader in your graveyard, special summon it. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can target 1 Buster Blader monster you control, equip it with 1 destruction sword monster from your graveyard. This is a quick effect. I actually do have a destruction sword deck profile. Deck. I'll probably be giving a deck profile with that real soon once I get through all the other deck profiles I want to do first. The next one is, it's not really a Yugi card, but I kind of like this card, and it kind of a little bit makes sense to put it in here because of its effect. 1 light tuner plus 2 non-dark tuner monsters. Once per turn, name is Chaos Goddess, sorry about that. Once per turn, you can send 1 light monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 level 5 or higher dark monster to your graveyard, special summon that monster, but it cannot be used as a synchro material. Again, trying to get my god cards out. Always good contingency to have cards that are able to resurrect other cards from the graveyard other than Monster Reborn. Next card is Ebon High Magician. Ebon High Magician again is another Another Dark Magician base type XZ monster. While this card is when this card has XZ materials, which is 2 level 7 spellcasters, you can activate a quick play spell or a trap from your hand during your opponent's turn by detaching 1 XZ material from this card at activation. If the XZ summoned and is destroyed by a battle and sent to the graveyard, or is the XZ summoned card you control is sent to the graveyard. Sorry about that. Sent to the graveyard by an opponent's effect, you can special summon one dark spellcaster type monster from your hand deck. Then you can destroy 1 card on the field. So this has a good destruction effect, and you're able to get out a dark spellcaster type monster, which is always a plus. Next card, like I said in my other Red Ash Dragoon video, this is one of my favorite fusion monsters. Dark tongue twisted. Dark Cavalry. It's pretty much Dark Magician and Gaia Fierce Knight fused. Dark Magician plus 1 warrior monster. Gain 100 attack for each spell or trap card on the field and in the graveyard. This card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. When a card or effect is activated that targets a card on the field, quick effect. You can discard 1 card and negate the activation if you do destroy it. Again, this card just gains power for every card. Pretty much magic and trap card on the field and in the graveyard, which about time you pull him out, it could be a lot. So it really doesn't matter. And he can negate effects too. And that defense position, don't stop him. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to put this bad boy in here? This is the top archetype of the game right now. Red Eyes Dragoon. Red Eyes Dark Dragon. Dark Magician. Red Eyes Black Dragon or 1 dragon effect monster. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this card with card effects. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. You can use this effect a number of times per turn up to the number of normal monsters used as fusion materials for this card. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect. You can discard 1 card and negate the activation if you do destroy that card, and if you do, this card gains $1,000. Again, this is pretty much the god card of Yugioh's deck now. Because technically, the god cards don't have no immunity anymore. But, like I said, this deck is specifically for play, because how we play Pacific anime rules with this deck. Next card, Dark Magician, the Dark Knight. Dark Magician plus 1 dragon type monster. This card name becomes Dark Magician while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Your opponent cannot target spell or trap cards you control with this card effect. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. Love this card. This card, Quintet Magician. This is that magician that requires 5 spellcasters to pretty much summon him. Must be fusion summoned. If this card is fusion summoned using 5 spellcasters with different names, can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Got that instant Regeki effect. So it has a blue-eyed white dragon, pretty much attack, power, and defense, which is dope. You can destroy all cards with your opponent control. This face-up card on the field cannot be attributed nor used as fusion material, and also cannot be destroyed by card effects. So you gotta beat this guy with brute force, which is the sad part. Next card, Dark Paladin. Actually was thinking about not putting him in here, but I just like him. It's a classic, so Dark Magician, Buster Blader. This monster can only be special summoned by the fusion. Only be special summoned by fusion summon. As long as this card remains face up on the field, you can negate the activation of spell cards and destroy this card by discarding one card from your hand. The attack of this card increases 500 for each dragon type monster on the field and in either player's graveyard. Classic. Next card, Guide, the Magical Knight of Dragons. Guide a Fierce Knight +1 level 5 dragon monster. This card becomes to guide a dragon champion whilst on the field. You can only use each of the following effects of Guide a Dragon Knight once per turn during the main phase. Quick effect. You can target one other card on the field. This card loses exactly 2,600 points, and if it does, destroy that card. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can make it gain 2,600. So, crazy part about it is this card can like keep gaining attack points and never stops. So that was it of my extra deck. Now it's time to go into the main deck to see what we working with, what strategies we might be able to come up with. First off is Curse of Dragonfire. I'm not going to read the effects off just because, you know, time is of the essence, and I'll try to keep my videos short so that it can actually upload pretty proper. Again, this is technically for play, because this is the reason why it's mainly for play, so we can play the creator God of Light, Harata. I hope I'm not butchering her name, but I probably am not. I have my pronunciation skills. This is the pretty much fusion card of all the God cards. So let's place her right here to get her a little screen time. Monster Reborn. This is actually a new printer just like that Curse of Dragon you've seen back there, but there's actually a different one. But I like that one better. Soldier Gaia, the Fierce Knight. I love how he's just like a whole savage off the horse, like he's ready for battle. I believe this is the version of Gaia that he ascends and starts to turn into Black Luster Soldier. The Dark Magician. To me, the Black Dark Magician. Again, Black Luster Soldier, Super Soldier. As you can see, they kind of look similar, and they definitely look like this is when he ascended to him. Obelisk Tormentor. The gods. Plays on right there. Awesome. Dark Magical Curtain. Always need this for Yugi. One of the knights. The main knight. King's Knight. Breaker, the Magical Warrior, which is a anime, I believe, recurrent Yugi card. He uses this a lot in anime, which I'm actually about to start reading. Jack's Knight, one of my favorites. Magician of Chaos, love this dude. Necrofusion. One of the other gods. I wish we had a actual Funko so I can have out with the gods, but they haven't made one yet. They are making my man Merrick. I cannot wait to actually have him shipped in. Magician of Dark Illusions. Skill White Magician. This is how you get Buster Blader out from your deck or graveyard. Magician of Souls. Expensive card that pretty much I believe the Pharaoh has. Legacy of the Duelist. This card definitely has a good combo play when it comes to helping keeping main stable monsters out. Everybody should know this card. Dark Burning Attack. One of the moves that Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl does. It's like a Regeki effect for your opponent. He gets all his cards destroyed. They get all the cards destroyed. Sorry for that. Soul Servant. This is a very play on card for Dark Magician archetype. It can help you get one of the main Dark Magician type cards that you need in the jam. Dark Magical Circle. Celtic Guardian of Noble Arms. I love this Celtic Guardian because his attack power is stronger. And he's pretty much able to like come out on the field with all other Celtic Guardians. That's why I put every variant Celtic Guardian I have in this deck. Also to help out with the gods. Strength of Unity. A newer card that can help out with pretty